The tabanka ripe, all yeah. I miss it. Yes, I know. Christmas Day gone, but oh gosh, all yeah. Let me phase out slowly. Alright, let me phase out slowly. The tabanka ripe this morning. It is a terrific Tuesday. Tabanka Tuesday. That's right. That's what it is. It is the 29th of December 2020. Good morning to each and every one of you. Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in to Good Morning Grenada. Those of you on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11 and 20, and good morning to the folks listening to Classic 105.5, 105.9, Hot 98.5, 98.7. To the folks joining us across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are, from as far north as Jamaica, far south as Guyana, far south west as the ABC Islands, and far northeast of Grenada as Barbados, all the islands in between, a spicy 473 Grenadian morning to you. And those of you tuned in internationally, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. Happy to have you tuned in this morning. All right, let's start. It's time for this morning's word of the day. This morning's word of the day is amity. Amity, A-M-I-T-Y, amity. It's a noun which means friendship or peaceful harmony. Amity. The word comes via Middle English and from Old French, which means from the unrecorded, which also means affection and friendship. The inflection stem is equivalent to the Latin word which means friendship. Amity entered English in the first half of the 15th century. This morning's word of the day is amity, A-M-I-T-Y, a noun which means friendship or peaceful harmony. Examples of the use of the word: he held out his hand as a token of amity which the other man took. Another example of the use of the word: the two women kept up an elaborate pretense of warm amity. This morning's word of the day, amity, A-M-I-T-Y, a noun which means friendship or peaceful harmony. It's a Banker Tuesday, right? And as we continue into the last week of 2020, the thought of the day: don't change because a new year is coming up, but change for your own personal growth. No matter what resolutions you make, they start with you. Don't change because a new year is coming up, but change for your own personal growth. No matter what resolutions you make, they start with you. So not because we start in a new year, 2021, and you figure, I want to be done with 2020 completely. That means you have to have a resolution. Change it because it's something that you want to develop and grow in yourself. A step toward where you want to be in life is for your own personal growth, not just because it is the start of a new year. As you go about your Tabanka Tuesday, the thought of the day: don't change because a new year is coming up, but change for your own personal growth. No matter what resolutions you make, they start with you. Not many things celebrated today that we would be interested in. Today it is things still left to be done day. The things that we did not do leading up to Christmas and into Boxing Day, today is the day to get to it. It is things that I did not do day. This is the opportunity for you to complete that checklist and ensure that you go into 2021 without a heavy burden. This morning it is do what you forgot to do what you still have to do. So anything that you haven't cleaned the cupboard, like Blossom, or you haven't cobwebbed the bathroom, like Blossom, this is the day to do it. It is things still left to be done days, things you still have to do. Check them off your list. All right, we're going to skip the rest. Let's see, for those of you who are unaware, the Ministry of Education issued a news release yesterday. Well, yeah, they issued a news release eventually, announcing or advising the delay in the start of the second term of the school year. Considering Grenada's current COVID-19 climate, I don't think many of us were surprised that the start of the second school year has been delayed. School was scheduled to restart or reopen on Monday, God willing, which is January 4th. But considering how the COVID-19 situation is unfolding, that has been delayed. According to the ministry's news release, next week, within the week, there will be meeting with officials, managers, principals, teachers, other key personnel to discuss the plans for the new for the reopening of schools. The news release did not give a date for when that reopening would start, but I'm sure they want to at least be sure that the situation is calming down, as calm as we can get it, considering the worldwide status of COVID-19. But I'm sure that would be one of the deciding factors. So I'll keep you posted if and when the date for the reopening of the school year does become available. And I think that is all that I have to share for the moment. I'm just going to issue another reminder to follow the protocols. The Republic of Guave came in for some heavy lashing over the past few days for activities in the Republic, including one young lady that was charged for hosting a pool party. Don't let that be you. Do not become the next person to face charges for disobeying the people laws. Get it together. I mean, we could do better than that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Focus. Get it together. This is not time to be playing and hosting fete and partying and session. I'm still seeing people walking around and talking close to each other without masks. In the heart of town yesterday, people just chilling on the terminal, talking to one another, leaning up on the railing, and the mask they under your chin. I mean, and then we wonder why they keep telling us that we need to follow the protocols. It's because some of us not following it. All it does frustrate me. Somehow all it does frustrate me. It fret me in tongue yesterday. I do one wheel about, do what I have to do and skate out of tongue so quick because all it was upsetting my chest. Get it together. Let's get into the morning edition of news and repeat of last evening's newscast. This is Good Morning Grenada on a Tabanka Tuesday, the final Tuesday of 2020. We'll be right back.
Political analysts took matters into their own hands this morning, demanding answers. They designed a few placards and strategically positioned themselves outside of the Botanical Gardens. Randall Robinson and Vincent Roberts told GBN that they wanted answers on behalf of the Grenadian public as to what exactly went down with the Grenlec sale.
On Monday morning, two political activists stood with placards at the entrance of the ministerial complex, the headquarters of most government offices, including that of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell. Their gripe was the lack of information on the latest developments regarding the sale of the country's lone power-generating company, Grenlec. Just before Christmas, it became evident that some kind of major development had taken place as a communique which was issued to Grenlec staff made its way into the public domain. The staff memo from WRB President Robert Blanchard stated that subsequent to the ruling of the International Arbitration Tribunal, WRB entered into a settlement agreement with the government of Grenada, under which they are selling back their shares in Grenlec to the government. It went on to say that while they hope to continue to work along with the administration, it has come to their attention that government would prefer to work with someone besides WRB. Activist Randall Robinson said he felt compelled to draw public attention to this matter because he was concerned that the government has kept the country in the dark about the developments.
All of a sudden you have money to buy Grenlec. We want to know where they got the money from. We want to know what they're going to be doing with the shares of Grenlec. This is a national security matter, right? You as a sovereign nation can't have your prime asset in electricity, because you know if we don't have electricity, everything stops working in the country. Everything stops working in the country, right? You're going to put that in foreign hands. This is what we're hearing, that it's going into foreign hands.
Vincent Roberts was the other placard-bearing activist standing outside the ministerial complex. He is calling on governments to be transparent. WRB has been running the Grenada electricity service for the past 26 years. There have been concerns that the outcome of the Grenlec sales could have far-reaching repercussions for the Grenadian public, including the price of electricity.
We deserve as Grenadians to be told by our government and not to speculate. There are many stakeholders involved: the workers, the consumers, the shareholders, and just about everybody. This peace of mind should not be disturbed. This is a value which we have from Grenlec, and we demand that the government come clean with we the people.
Both men are known affiliates of the National Democratic Congress. While the act of their own accord, they are hoping that members of the public will...
From Grenlec, what is going on? We want to know. We demand to know what is going on, and this government has to give us answers. And we will be here for every day until the government comes clean with the Grenadian people about what is going on.
See the need to set politics aside and demand answers. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
The 5 basic journalistic questions of who, what, when, where, and why are being asked. No answers are forthcoming. Journalists have been asking. Political activities have pleaded for answers, but the government is not budging. The questions mount amid reports that WRB is saying goodbye to Grenada after running the island's power company successfully for 26 years. It was a quarter-century of providing unrivaled service to the country while having the government constantly gnawing at its heels. The ruling administration always felt that the deal which was struck with WRB, a Miami-based company, was not good enough. It was sealed by the opposition National Democratic Congress. This is a developing story, and we cross both to Jared Joseph for this report.
The National Democratic Congress says the nation deserves the same scrutiny which was applied when the company first changed hands in 1994. When the issue of the repossession of the WRB shares had come up as a possibility, the current Finance Minister, Gregory Bowen, announced that potential Grenadian shareholders will be afforded opportunities to purchase shares in the company. However, after the ruling, the government went mum on the Grenadian public as to how the negotiations were progressing and who were the potential buyers, since the government lacked the resources to buy back the shares. In a statement issued on Christmas Eve, the NDC said that it had received information that the government had struck a secret deal with a non-Grenadian interest to purchase the shares. The NDC highlighted that when its administration decided to sell 50% of the shares in Grenlec to WRB, it did so following an entirely transparent process, which included national consultations and issuing invitations to interested buyers to submit bids. The NDC says all agreements were tabled in Parliament and ultimately formed part of the laws of Grenada through the Electricity Supplies Act of 1994. Despite this, the NDC says the ruling New National Party has pursued a senseless vendetta for 26 years, wrongly claiming that it was a bad deal. NDC says now that WRB has brought the country from the days of load shedding and blackouts under Minister Bowen to a consistent and reliable supply of electricity, it appears that the NMP has struck a secret deal in the dead of the night when the nation is preoccupied with a stressful Christmas season. The party said it is of the view that any such deal should have been conducted in a transparent manner and the nation should be made aware of the details. NDC spokesperson Philip Alexander thinks there ought to have been national consultation, a debate and approval by Parliament before it was finalized.
Well, first of all, let me state that what we are witnessing today in this period in Grenada is what the former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas referred to as a deficit in government. The sale or the attempted sale or the potential sale or any action to do with the Grenlec situation, we with no sense of reporting to the people of Grenada is a real, in my mind, I don't want to use an obscene term, so I want to prefer to say at this stage, disrespect to the people of Grenada.
GBN understands that neither Grenlec nor the government were in a position to issue any statement during the negotiations regarding the sale because of the non-disclosure agreement which was signed at the start of the repurchasing process. GBN had reached out to WRB as the matter progressed, but no comment was issued. Company officials pointed us in the direction of the non-disclosure clause as the reason for their inability to provide any information. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Now, government has promised to provide the relevant information on the Grenlec transaction. GBN's Rena Pear reached out to the press secretary in the Prime Minister's office, Ms. Philomena Robertson, who said that a statement was pending. She told Ms. Pear that a timeline could not be provided, but that one was forthcoming. GBN learned from officials earlier this year that both sides had agreed to conduct the negotiations and close the sale without divulging information to the media. Our news desk was told that this was agreed to so that the government and Grenlec could work through the process seamlessly and in an amicable manner. Speculation has been rife that the company would be sold to foreign interests. However, at one point, a senior government official had alluded to the possibility of putting it into the hands of a conglomerate of local businesses and Grenadians residing overseas. And we move on from power supply sale to policing news. From all indications, it was a tougher than usual Christmas for local police. This year, they had the inevitable task of trying to get public compliance with newly imposed freedom of movement restrictions. The lawmen found themselves at odds with some who defied the COVID-19 regulations. We get this capsule report from Beverly Telesford.
Guave is known as the town that never sleeps, and it is apparent that even in times of the curfew, its residents will not get off the streets. The police have complained that despite the imposition of the nightly curfew, some residents were illegally gathered in a carnival-like atmosphere, prompting law enforcement responses. Pleading with the offenders to disperse did not help. A police report says the weekend's incidents resulted in clashes with law enforcement, during which some residents retaliated by throwing stones and bottles at officers. Police also made an arrest at Florida St. John, where a pool party catering to more than 50 persons was held. Alyssa Lazarus of Florida St. John was taken into custody and charged for hosting the pool party, which was in violation of the provisions of the Act, which bans all social gatherings. There was also trouble at a hotspot in the city.
Fords is one of the major intersections in the city of St. George, connecting Melville, Grenville and Church Street. However, it was one of the areas where police had difficulty gaining compliance during the Christmas holiday. A police report said it was one of several areas where illegal gatherings were held.
Arrests were also made for a few chopping and wounding incidents, drunk driving, playing of amplified music without permission, and other minor infractions. The RGPF says it will be enforcing all regulations in place for the Old Year, New Year period, when people are known to hold festive activities.
Reporting for GBN News, I am Beverly Telesford.
Students and their parents are staring down another possibly frustrating barrel. As of next week, they will be cooped up at home in front of electronic devices. That's because the new school term has been delayed because of the increase in COVID-19 cases. Trelana Charles spoke with the president of the Teachers Union, Marvin Andal, today.
The return of students to school in the new year for the beginning of the Hillary term has been placed on hold. In a circular released on Monday, 28th December, the Ministry of Education, acting on the advice of the Ministry of Health, informed educational institutions and related parties of the development. The circular said within the week commencing the 4th of January 2021, officers of the ministry will seek to engage managers, principals, teachers and other key personnel to discuss plans for the new term. President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Marvin Andal, says they welcome the news as he believes the health and safety of the students come first.
The Grenada Union of Teachers and its members believes that At this point, the only correct thing that can be done is to delay the reopening of school. We can have the engagement of students and teachers in teaching and learning, but it cannot at this point be done in the classroom, considering the number of cases that are currently recorded.
He says he looks forward to hearing from the Ministry of Education next week in an effort to resume the school year in a timely manner.
The leadership of the ministry gave us the understanding that next week stakeholders will be engaged as to how we go forward with the continuing education. And we expect that it will happen early next week. And of course, the public and all others will be informed about it.
Mr. Anders said the pandemic has negatively affected the learning process for the students and many challenges exist for the teachers. But through creativity and innovation, he believes the learning gap can be bridged.
Teachers are better placed now than they were in March, but at the same time, there will still be challenges because part of the challenge is that there are students who cannot be reached via remote means, and some students who have the means do not have the motivation and discipline to carry on with online learning. So we would have a challenge in this regard.
Mr. Anders says that parents will once again have a role to play in ensuring that during this time, their children are kept engaged and involved in any online classes that may arise while they await the resumption of normal school. Trelawna Charles, GBN News.
I know some might be happy, some might be sad. A returning national has a frustrating story to tell. She has been speaking with GBN's Rena Pear about a hassle-filled experience in quarantine. Grenadian Andrea Whitaker has been in quarantine at a designated property in the south of the island for the past 9 days. She says there is a huge communication breakdown in the quarantine protocols issued by the government of Grenada, along with loopholes that need to be addressed. According to Whitaker, after having her second test done on her 4th day of quarantine, 5 days have passed with no sign of her results. She said while she understands that there can be delays, the lack of information has caused her a lot of frustration.
Complaining about, we are complaining. I am not complaining. I am complaining with the level of cohesiveness between us being in quarantine and the Ministry of Health. There is zero communication. There's none. I called so much around today that I was able to get the person, I guess, who's overseeing the COVID results. And after many attempts of calling him on my straight line, WhatsApp, them looking at the WhatsApp, you don't even know if they're reading it or not because it's not lighting up, or if they have the indicator on that you can't tell that they're reading it.
Ms. Whitaker told GBN that after making numerous calls on Monday to different persons in the Ministry of Health, she got the shock of her life.
So at some point, which is 3 hours after the fact, I get a call back, and this is where it gets interesting. They said that he said that your test came back positive from the cluster. So I'm a little taken back now. I'm like, what cluster are we talking about? If I am tested individually, that means my tests have been exposed to other people's. He's like, I said, sir, I'm not saying that it's not impossible. It is physically impossible. Because I've tested so many times before and I took all the precautions being here. I don't have any runny nose, no fever, no vomiting, none of the signs.
The Grenadian national believes that a better communication mechanism can help visitors get a better understanding of their waiting process. She also believes that government should relook how the testing process is handled. Meanwhile, a senior health official here says once the guidelines are followed, Grenada could kick the COVID bug. He says the strain that has surfaced in Grenada is manageable. Rena Pear reports.
While Grenada continues to fight the recent cluster of COVID-19 active cases on island, the country is yet to report any deaths since the virus outbreak in March of 2020. Countries such as the UK and the US have recorded over 5,000 loss of lives as they were attacked by a second strain of the virus. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Francis Martin, in an exclusive interview with GBN, said that while the adherence to all COVID-19 protocol has a big part to play in how the country is doing, there are other factors that helped.
Secondly, we have to remember that our surveillance system that the Ministry of Health has had even before COVID, we just simply kicked it in and ramped it up a bit to help us to do our contact tracing and surveillance. So that, I think, have also worked well in the sense that we were able to meet and catch as much people as we should catch and put them in quarantine and then get them tested. So to a certain extent, I think the system has worked. We also must remember that we are people who eat well by and large in a sense that we do have our fruits and vegetables that we eat or bright colored foods that help our immune system to do very, very well. And I think that also has to play into that fact as well, that we've done so well here in the Caribbean.
The doctor said that there are different strains of the virus, but he is confident in his team in dealing with the situation if it arises.
And we do have the PCR machine. So in most of these cases, as this virus mutate and they have different strains, it is because the virus structure itself remains the same. What has changed is these protein spikes on the surface of the viruses. So with minor modification, most labs will be able to do that test. It's just a matter of tweaking our ability to extract the virus and detect the virus. And so I don't see that as being a significant challenge going forward for us in the Caribbean and Grenada in particular.
Recently, 22 persons have been medically cleared of COVID-19, with 12 new cases recorded. Grenada now have 43 active cases, says Martin. He encourages everyone to boost their immune system.
Don't underestimate the importance of drinking water, good clean water, drinking sufficient water so that your immune system and your blood can be flushed and your kidney can continue to filter your blood as good as it can. And of course, eating the bright colored foods. The other thing is getting adequate sleep. When you sleep, your immune system gets a boost, your brain gets to rest so that it can produce good cytokines the next day to keep your immune system going. So sleeping adequately, drinking enough water, eating bright colored foods are the absolute most best way to keep yourself and your immune system going.
For GBN News, I am Rina Pear.
This is News at 7. COVID-19 continues to impact people's daily lives, and now it's touching their nocturnal activities as a 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew has been imposed. Traditional Old Year's night services are among activities being struck off this year's calendar.
The year 2020 has been unpredictable to say the least, but regardless of the rising concern of churchgoers, they were able to enjoy their yearly tradition of Christmas Mass, despite the implementation of an 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew. In his last address, in which he announced the curfew, Prime Minister Mitchell shared the news that church services for the season will not be affected, since churches across the island have adjusted the way they usually conduct services in an effort to abide by the Ministry of Health's COVID-19 protocols.
And as a Christian society, and in acknowledgement of the fact that churches have consistently adopted the recommended protocols, we thought it important to allow our citizens the opportunity to participate in their religious traditions. That said, we call on all religious leaders to be very strict in implementing the COVID-19 protocols at your respective churches.
The River-Sally Pentecostal Church is just one of our local churches which has made adjustments to abide by gathering restrictions implemented throughout the year. They took an online approach, streaming their services via the internet since March. Pastor Dave King said although the spirit of togetherness is missed, this was necessary as the aim was always to cooperate with the government.
While we know most of our senior people, they miss the actual coming together and the socializing. And again, we had to guard against that because it becomes so difficult to be able to not to come together and not shake hands and to embrace one another.
As a tumultuous year comes to an end, the tradition of church-going is significant in bringing peace of mind to many Grenadians as they usher in the new year. Therefore, the announcement that the anticipated Christmas services would continue received a sigh of relief from many. Trelawna Charles, GBN News.
Still talking about New Year's. Despite the doom and gloom of 2020, 2021 should not be dismissed as a year that will be bad. People are being told to look for the good that still surrounds them. We get more from Beverly Telesford.
The recent spike in COVID-19 cases isn't the only thing that has anxiety levels through the roof. 2020 ends officially in 3 days, and with 2021 around the corner, no one knows what to expect. The year, which was initially referred to as the year of 2020 vision, can certainly live up to being an eye-opener for most. Though this year has been a roller coaster ride for some, clinical psychologist Dr. Augustine Panchu says optimism should take precedence as citizens prepare to enter the new year, and so too should commitment.
We're talking about being optimistic and being positive for 2021 as we embrace the new year, as we're prepared to embrace the new year. Some things in our lives must change. There's no question about it. I think people, they falter when they make resolutions and they're not meaningful. They just, I want to lose weight, I want to become healthy, and for the face value of it, they imply that, or they say that, and they promise that. But then when it comes to the real work, they're not prepared. So what is going to have to happen for 2021 is that people are going to have to make purpose-driven statements about themselves, and they will have to mean it and want it real bad.
Dr. Panchu says having purpose is an important factor that can be used to overcome hurdles. He believes by identifying their true source of joy, one can persevere through tough times.
There are lots of people who are situationally happy. You give them money, they're happy. You give them bread and cheese, they're happy. Give them a nice dress, they're happy. And after they wear their dress, or they eat the bread and cheese, or they drink the bottle of Woodman, then they're not happy. There is something called joy. Joy is something that we can't take away from people. It doesn't matter what situation that you're in. When you have joy, and when you know how to find your joy, you wake up in the morning, and even though your head is hurting, but because you're a joyful person, the joy will override and set you really great for the day. And I think as we approach 2021, we have to teach people now how to tap into the real source of joy. Joy must not come from situation. That's just joy. That's just happiness.
The clinical psychologist was speaking on GBN's To The Point program on Monday. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
These have been tough times, and we could all use a helping hand to get through this period. GUT Credit Union gives you the opportunity to do just that without a worry. What are you looking forward to? A relaxing staycation? Brand new appliances or devices? Consolidating your debt to get more money in your pocket? Not a member? No worries. Come in and find out how you too can make the most of this offer. Call or visit us today. Yes, you can have a brighter Christmas season with GUT Credit Union. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas? Get Rubis, get going.
Get the Christmas feeling at Dean's Mattress today and all through the holiday season. Dean's is bringing you absolute great Christmas cheer. Your reward? Supportive, a comfortable feel when you get a mattress from Dean's this Christmas season. Special offers on beds, foam, divans, and mattresses. Call Dean's today about your needs for odd size mattresses, baby crib mattresses, and mattresses for yachts. And of course, all the smart shoppers who placed your items on layaway, get them today with special offer from Dean's. Free delivery island-wide and to the boat for the Carriacou and Pity Martinique customers. Call Dean's now, 440-3240 or 440-0552. Dean's Mattress, where quality is never compromised. Merry Christmas from Dean's Mattress.
Voyager Main Store is your favorite home goods store, and Voyager 2 stocks all your Christmas items. Both are located on Granby Street, St. George, on the upper and lower floors. Beautify your home this season with curtains from Voyager 2. Get 5 pieces for $75 or 4 pieces for $100. We also have a wide range of Christmas lights and Christmas trees with and without decorations. Voyager and Voyager 2. Check them out in downtown St. George's today.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good, old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Do you want to win loads of prizes this Christmas with BIP? Join our Spin to Win promotion to win exciting prizes daily. Here's how. Go to the Discover section of the BIP app. Search for the Spin to Win channel and click follow. Once you have followed the channel, click the Spin Now button, choose your device type, select your country, and wait for the wheel to start spinning. Be quick. When your wheel lands on the correct prize of the day, screenshot the prize and send your screenshot to the Spin to Win chat to enter the promotion. Click the Daily Updates button to get updates on the prize you are required to spin for each day, and also to know if you are the lucky winner of the day.
Merry Christmas, spin and win with BIP.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website, otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Grenada's chief medical officer has ordered that all confirmed positive COVID-19 individuals, their contacts, and members of their household must remain in quarantine or isolation for 14 days. Anyone who fails to comply with this order will be in breach of the Public Health COVID-19 Regulations 2020 and is guilty of an offense. Upon summary conviction, that person will be liable to a penalty of up to $10,000. A message from the Ministry of Health.
My blood gets real hot. Labor Day are showing solidarity, but
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. It is Tuesday and it is Talk the Things Tabanka Tuesday. Talk the Things Tuesday. That's right. Going to give you a topic and you're going to share your thoughts, respectfully share your thoughts on it. Keep it clean, you know, mind the language a little bit. Not a little bit, but mind the language. Let's do this. Talk the Things Thursday. Tuesday. Have it, eh? Talk the Things Tuesday. This morning, okay, let me wind it back. Yesterday, the RGPF released its Christmas occurrences news release about what they responded to and the crimes that they responded to and situations they responded to over the Christmas holidays. There was one paragraph that specified that they were concerned about what they call the wanton disregard for law and order by some residents of Guave St. John. And in that same paragraph, they spoke similarly of illegal gatherings which violated the Emergency Powers Act at 4 roads in the town of St. George, resulting in police responses. And this morning, Talk the Things Tuesday. Do you think the police should have singled out Guave and 4 roads for their, as they put it, wanton disregard for law and order, considering that there were other illegal activities taking place across the state? That was the argument on Facebook yesterday, so I thought I'd bring it to my viewers and listeners. Do you think the RGPF should have singled out Guave and 4 roads for their wanton disregard for law and order? Landline 435-2041. WhatsApp also 435-2041. Please only written messages on WhatsApp, I beg. Please only written messages on WhatsApp. No voice or video calls. No voice notes. No YouTube links. No videos or pictures. Only written messages on WhatsApp. I have to keep repeating it because WhatsApp is still filled with calls and video links and pictures and so on and so forth. Please only written messages on WhatsApp. I beg oh. I beg oh. Right. You can also Talk the Things Tuesday on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. Do you think the police should have singled out Guave St. John and 4 roads in the town of St. George for their, as the news release puts it, their wanton disregard for law and order? Considering that there were other activities outside or that were in contravention, big word, girlfriend, of the Emergency Powers Act across the state.
in parts of the state. Let me say in parts of the state. Do you think the RGPF should have singled out Guave and the town of St. George? I mean, 4 roads in the town of St. George. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, how you do?
Not bad. How was your Christmas?
Christmas was good.
Just like mine.
Amen, good.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I personally think that these people have no regard for the law. They have no regard for it. The law should take its course and prosecute all of them.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Do you think the police should have singled out Guave and the 4 roads for their wanton disregard for law and order? Somebody on YouTube simply says no. Let me see. Facebook and WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says yes, they should because yes, they should because these young people have no respect for this virus. 4 roads continues to violate the law and is making a joke of the police. They need to put on the heavy hammer because the entire country is at risk and COVID is no respecter of persons. Do you think the police... Do you think the police should have singled out Guave and 4 roads for their disregard for law and order, considering there were illegal activities taking place in some parts of the state? And I'm saying illegal activities, not necessarily, drugs and so on, but I mean outside curfew, a little fit here, a little get together there. That's really what I'm speaking about, and not necessarily, other illegal activities. Let's go. Talk the Things Tuesday. Good morning, caller.
Good morning to my dear Tanti Blossom.
Good morning, Miss Jacob. How you do?
Well, Tanti Blossom, your niece is right on top of the world this morning.
Papa.
Hey, your mother. And I hope my mommy on top too.
I hope so too. She's good.
By the grace of God.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, Auntie Blossom. What I want to say this morning, I know people go down on me, but I don't mind. You see me, and you see I following people. I follow the top, not the bottom. I hear a lady call on Shaggy program. I think it's a lady or a man. She says they call on Shaggy program, and they say they must bring back the revolution law. No. Tanti Blossom, the revolution law is not it. We have to follow the protocol, okay? We have to abide with the law. Not to say I didn't used to follow the revolution. I did used to follow the revolution, but me and how they call him, I following him on top. But you see the people he have behind him. That wasn't it. I'm telling you. He had a guy from Latant, Latant is staying. Latant, the man had to reach back up Latant for 6. He was on the carnage walking. And you know that time boss hardly used to be running with those big bosses. I know hardly used to get boss. You think that man, they on the carnage and reaching Latant for 6? What they do, they shoot him. We don't want that back in Grenada again. No, that's not it. We have to know follow the protocol and follow the rules. Watch me. I follow the rules. I follow the protocol. I don't go outside. I don't even start going by my neighbor. After 8. What I go do outside after 8? I dey inside my house since about 5 o'clock. Could tell you around the place. Since about 5 o'clock, I'm starting to close up the windows on them. And I did inside.
Okay.
So, Tanti Blossom, you just take care of my mommy. My mommy come first. Because
yes.
I tell you why my mommy come first.
Yes, if it wasn't for her, you won't have me.
That's right.
Thank you very much, Miss Jacob. Have a good day.
So, bless you and bless mommy too.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, love you.
Love.
Bye-bye.
All right. Do you think the police should have singled out Guave and 4 roads for, as the news release puts it, I'm making sure I'm saying it's the news release and not Blossom that's saying it. The news release from the police called it the wanton disregard for law and order. Do you think the police should have singled out Guave and the town and 4 roads? Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Morning, Miss
Tanti.
Morning, Tanti.
How are you?
I'm good. All is well?
Not for that one, holding on with the coldness still. I'm still chilly.
I could imagine.
Everybody are cold, but I have to get up all the same time like you.
Right,
When you're in the studio, I'm praying.
Good.
Praying for the people of the world, especially Grenada, Carrick, and Petit Martinique. People of Grenada, listen to the rule of the law. The law is there to protect and help save us all. If they say don't do something, don't do it. Don't cluster together because you don't know the virus is not gone. It's not going anytime soon. We have to remember this 2020, we go through a whole terrific year. We're afraid, we're frightened, we don't know what to do because we have to walk with a mask in office. We have to be under lockdown. We have to obey the rules of the law. We have to do what the law asks us to do. The policemen are there for us. Do what they say to do. They won't roughly insult you. We just say, keep the law going and do what they ask you to do. Wear the mask, don't crowd it, don't have fit, and things like that. Because people just feel they must cluster together. They want to drink and marry and jump and do the wrong things. Wrong things is not really in the world today. All that is good, we want good. Because God is for us. When God is for us, no one could go against us. And what God asks us is to love and serve and do what He asks to love one another. Don't do what you shouldn't do. Obey the law. The rules of the law is that the policemen are there for. That is their duty, and that is their rules they're given to you. Take it in or leave it. If you don't take the rule of the law, then what they do to you, don't say anything. Because people, they don't like the law. Because they don't want to do things that they want to do things that they should do, and what they shouldn't do, that's what they want to do. So when the law come out in them, they say, no, the law is not for us, the law is for us. They are there for us. The policemen ask God to guide and protect them, do their work in the right way. I just meet them and talk to them, and I pray for them night and day, because when we are asleep, they are perusing the street looking for the crooks on them. They want to do what they want. And when the law intercedes now, they're vexed because they want to do the things that they shouldn't do, and the law mustn't have a say. The law is for us. And let God put them to do what their duty, let them do it in the right way, and do it for us. Do not kill people, do not insult people, but take care of people. God bless all the policemen in Grenada, Carrick, and Petit Martinique, and the whole world. Let us pray for them that they do their work in the right way and do it in the name of Jesus. Bless you, Blossom.
Bless you, Tanti. Have a good day.
God bless one.
Do you think the RGPF should have singled out Guave and 4 roads for what they call the wanton disregard for law and order? Let me check the social media. Somebody on WhatsApp says, you can't make everyone happy. It's not inappropriate to point out the main culprits. The alternative would have been to say the whole of Grenada. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sister.
Morning, how you do?
Good, thank you.
All right, go ahead.
What I want to say is disrespect is disrespect. And when you continue to disrespect people, then you would expect disrespect right throughout the country. The country has become a lawless country because the heads, the government, the members who we put to serve us has been disrespecting us every day. And look at what has happened over the last couple of days with the Grand Lake issue. That is a high level of disrespect to the people of Grenada. So people, they breed disrespect, and right now we're inheriting disrespect. So the people of Grenada are not doing what they don't learn, especially the people who are doing what they're doing on the street. They learn from the right people. So Grenadians, check all yourself, and the people at the top, check all yourself. That is what you're all breeding in our society, lawlessness. Have a good day, sister.
Thank you very much. You have yourself a good day as well. Do you think the police should have singled out Guave and 4 roads for their wanton disregard for law and order? Yes, for law and order. Let's see. Somebody on Facebook says, caller, you're on point. Well said. And that's to the previous caller, the lady. Another Facebooker says the Prime Minister is doing that for money. The Prime Minister don't like us. He likes the money. Okay. Okay. Somebody else on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp simply says, yes. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning, I'm good.
You see the subject matter this morning? Raising a lot of eyebrows about the wrongdoers in this country. Just imagine a man planning someone and trap him in his land. No action taken back in the parliament. Imagine the Prime Minister come on the nation and tell you, no, I break the law. No action taken against him, or why you want the people to do, or the ordinary people to do. Before they commit an offense, take action against them. What about those in authority that breaking it left, right, and center? What are you saying about it? It is unfair. Totally unfair.
Thank you very much, caller. Let me see. Somebody on WhatsApp says, according to the government, all those who disobeyed the COVID laws are the NDC followers, and the good law-abiding citizens who stay at home are the NNP followers. The unlawful ones are the haters of the NNP. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, greetings to you.
Greetings, sir. How you do?
Just quite. Yeah, what is the issue this morning? What is the thing this morning?
Do you think police should have singled out Guave and Four Roads for their wanton disregard for law and order during the Christmas holidays?
I don't really pick up the nose as this man I heard that on Sharky program. But my thing this morning, the people on them who have lands, plant lands. Who have garden, plant the garden. Really? The time is getting crucial, the time getting rough, the time getting hard. We cannot depend on the supermarket and the shops and whatever only. We are few falls. Do something. Plan the food. I think I all time singing the Bible, plan the food, even though you have a backyard, a front yard, still ask for a plant, ask for something, they will plant it. It would not grow and bear the same time, but God will carry it and God will bear it. The breadfruit, the fig, or the blog or whatever. You know, the earth is not only for this virus and to do a lot of hatred and crime, killing people, doubting God earth with blood, all kind of crime, all kind of disaster taking place on the earth. And I repeat again, plan the food. Because you have people asking me for plants now. The time when I to call program and say, okay, well, if you want a plant, call me and ask me for a plant. But it's too late. Even look, yesterday, I plant over about 30-something plants, up to 40 plants. Fig, blogger, Nami rock figs, and I still open some holes. I plant another half pound corn. I still open some holes again. I plant about 50-something tiny plants. I only me and God alone.
Okay.
So anytime now, I have to reap my harvest if I want so. So people have to plant the food, plant the land, do something.
Okay.
Do it on politicians to help each and everyone. Because let me help ourselves. Because everybody drinking their own bush now.
All right.
Have a good morning.
Thank you, you too. All right. Okay, caller. Do you think the police should have singled out Guave and Four Roads for their wanton disregard for law and order? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
No, I think the police would have mentioned those two communities, while there were other communities where the law and order might have been broken, but these two were extreme. They went above and beyond. As they would say, they were out of hands. So the police had to mention these two communities because they surpass what all the other communities in Grenada may have done in terms of breaking the rules. And we know how lawless some of these people could become when they're ready, right? So I believe that's the reason why they mentioned these two communities. So to answer the question, the answer is yes.
Thank you very much, caller. I like how you put it, caller. Thank you so much. Let me go to the social media and then we're going to take a break. Somebody on... somebody on WhatsApp. Actually, I saw a comment on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says the police set a bad precedence when they negotiated with the people in Guave during the lockdown. Another Facebooker says, yesterday I was on a bus going to town, the conductor without mask, some passengers without mask, big grown people. Did you report to them? Another WhatsApper says, protocol is protocol, law is law and should not be broken by any means. Let's take a quick break here and then we're going to come back and continue Talk the Things Tuesday. This is Good Morning Grenada, Classic GBN Hot 98. We'll be right back.
Food is fundamental, and at Caribbean Agro Industries Limited, we source premium quality wheat and other ingredients, so you get the best results in the kitchen, bakeries and farms. For over 35 years, we've supplied Grenada with the finest flour and animal feed. The tastiest cakes, pastries or breads are baked with the region's finest flour. Buy the products you've trusted for all these years. Baker's Pride, Supreme and Sunshine Flour. Get the best of your farm animals with our master mixed feed brands. Support local. Buy products that are made in Grenada. Call us on 440-2954 or visit us at Mount Gay St. George or check our Facebook page. Caribbean Agro Industries Limited, a subsidiary of ADM. Unlocking nature, enriching life.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Feel good tax. Remember, if you have flu symptoms, do the right thing and stay at home to avoid giving it to others. Remember, you can be infectious up to a week after developing symptoms, so rest up and take it easy.
You and others sick. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. If you don't have a tissue, use your elbow. Wash hands often, especially after coughing or sneezing into a tissue.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is 18 and a half minutes to 8 o'clock. Less than 20 minutes to get to work for 8. Those of you who need to get to your desks, keep that in mind. You have less than 20 minutes to get there on time. All right, it is Talk the Things Tuesday. Let me reiterate what we're talking about this morning. Yesterday, the Royal Grenada Police Force issued a news release speaking about their activities and the way the crimes and situations they've responded to over the Christmas season. There is one paragraph that specifically pointed out that they hold on, I'm making sure I'm getting it correctly, that they are increasingly concerned about the wanton disregard for law and order by some residents of Guave St. John. And in that same paragraph, they spoke about responding to illegal gatherings at 4 roads in the town of St. George, resulting in police responses. So this morning's Talk the Ting Tuesday, do you think the police should have singled out Guave and 4 roads for their wanton disregard for law and order? Hit me up on the landline 435-2041. WhatsApp is also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. You can also talk the things on Facebook, the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. Back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning, Citizen Welsh. Greetings.
Good morning, Citizen
Welsh. A bit of grammatical pedantry here. But before I go into it briefly, I'd like to ask you a question. Did the police single these people out or not?
They did?
They did, hallelujah. That is why, Citizen Welsh, if you ask the question, do you think that they should have done it? Is incorrect in this context. Because if they did not, then you can ask, do you think they should have? Whereas they did, the question should be, do you think they should do it? In other words, do you think it was desirable that they do it? Do you think it was a good thing that they did it? I hope you see the sequence, Citizen Welsh. I want you all to be you all to be absolutely careful with the use of would have plus the past, would have, should have, could have, sometimes known as would have, could have, should have, in the grammar. We're misleading people when we use these terms out of context. Remember, words only have meanings in their context. Do have an idea on what's left of the year, will you?
Thank you very much, Citizen Roller. You enjoy yours as well. Somebody on Facebook says, now the police talking about breaking law. Who is talking about the government and sandals? Always the ordinary people that have to pay the penalty. So sad. Let me check the WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, the last time I checked, the COVID does not discriminate. Guave and 4 roads people need to understand this. I will enforce the law fully. Another WhatsApper says the head of the country said that he will make Grenada ungovernable. So what do we think? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
You know, the more I listen to your program, is the more I get to convince myself that a lot of us in Grenada, we don't listen, we don't read, we just talk, and we don't realize that the world is listening to us. Amidst a deadly virus, Grenadians are talking, it's like a tit-for-tat situation. Sandals were able to bring in people, so we're going to go out on the street. The government, Keith was able to do that, or he did that, so we're going to do that. Amidst a deadly virus. And the thing about it is, people who I think ought to know better, they are coming on the station and carrying on with the same thing. So what are the other people outside listening to? I mean, I think we ought to go past that. We've seen it, we've heard it. I mean, look at what the virus is doing around the world. We are just fortunate. So why are we reducing it to because this one could do that, we could do that? I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it shows the level of our intelligence in Grenada. That's my point.
Thank you very much, caller. Somebody on WhatsApp says, it matters not who was named, it is to call attention to the wanton disregard for law and order, and instead they should be encouraged and admonished to do what's right to keep this deadly virus at bay so that we can get back to a state of normalcy. Have a good day. Same to you, writer. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, how you do?
You look bright as the sunrise from God. We are from the Zulu tribe. We are a rebellious people. Guave people, tell them it's how we day. That is where my ancestors from. As long as we belly full, we go play mass. Have a blessed day, Blossom.
You enjoy your day as well. But we had to play the mass in the ambits of the law. Somebody on that is not this previous caller, the one before her. Well said, caller. The lady who explained it should not be tit for tat. Well said. Another WhatsApper says, I don't think we need to bring political parties into this. Whether NDC or NNP, these people were wrong to do this, especially when we were given protocols, and they should be held accountable for their actions. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I'm calling concerning this program.
Yes?
Aruba is a smaller country than Grenada. And the Aruba had over 2,000 viruses. And they never locked down, but they had strict curfew. The lady said, the Prime Minister said she's not locking down because Aruba is a tourism country. And she said that if she locked down, what they'll do. She gave them curfew from 10 to 6. They behave properly from 9 to 5. And they continue like that. Bus, mass up. Cars, taxi cars, mass up. Private buses, mass up. They go in the stores, no mass, no service. And Aruba, right now, they have only 100 and something they have. If we do things like other country does, the same thing happens to Grenada. Because we are not, to say we are a bigger country than Aruba. Aruba has, the laws are very, very strict. You break the laws, you pay the penalty. And there is times we look at things and we say about this. But if you obey the rules, the laws, the things will go properly. They had 2,000 they had. And they had this thing like that.
Thank you so much.
This to be a tourism destination. You don't want to see hotels. We don't have hotels here, you know. What we have here is not even one third to Aruba. Go in Aruba and see hotels. Hotels are there in Aruba. If you see hotels, we don't even one third the hotel we have in Aruba. It's a nice country to look at too. They have nice roads, they have nice things. But the laws are very strict. They have the helicopters in the night, the policemen in the day, in the night walking up and down the street. All over Aruba, the laws are very, very strict, very, very strict concerning those things. I have a woman, they have a track that they track them on their phone. And she didn't, they went in her home, she wasn't there. When they call her, they didn't price her. They go after her. She had to pay the fine of $1,000. They charge you. So if you have that same laws and the strict laws, you don't walk out.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you, caller. Let me check the social media that are Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, we're hearing the big man in St. John when his set was in the party to let's get some answers because we're hearing the writer on Facebook. I'm not understanding. We're hearing the big man in St. John when his set. Hold on. We're hearing the big man in St. John who won his seat was in the party too. Let's get some answers because that's double standards right there. Okay, writer. I gotcha. Let me see. Something else. Somebody else on Facebook says, the caller is right. The virus is killing people in my city of Montreal, Canada. Another WhatsApper says, something is wrong with the PM, so no social distancing in buses. Buses filling up with people who jamming you up, so you cannot get the virus on the buses. Okay, let me go back by WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, come on, my people, lawlessness must not be condoned. Leave politics out of these COVIDious rules. That's not true. Only NNP youths having a good time. They have the right. Others don't. They have their free lawyer and their rep only knows them when they break the law and when he wants their votes. So the police should use all means necessary to deal with these people who continue to play hide and seek with them and disrespect them. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning to you.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Have a great day.
You too.
No, it's not good taste. It's not sounding nice, but that's a discussion that I had with somebody a few years ago. And I thought the police got it right in that name the parish that is creating more problems so that people can adjust. But I'll tell you something, we're looking at it at the wrong angle. If we doesn't have the kind of leadership who will come to the ground, and interact with our people, to keep them quiet, to guide them this is what will happen. Remember, we have a polarized society. And disorder sometimes is the order of the day. We cannot and shouldn't handle it in a way that is too aggressive because it will get worse. I want to compliment the high command of the police force for the way they're handling this situation, because if the police had been doing it the way some of us want it to be done, we perhaps would have chaos in this place a long, long time ago. So I want to compliment the police high command for the diplomatic way in which they're handling this. But I want to say this to our leaders. We cannot go into next year with this kind of fighting attitude, citizens against administration, administration against citizens, and we keep fighting and fighting, thinking that it will get better. It will not. We have to, leadership have to understand that they have to come to the ground, interact with your people, direct your people. It don't hurt in meeting a gentleman on the road and saying to him, good morning, good afternoon. Get this society right. We can't continue fighting with each other to get it right. It will never, never happen. The world has changed, and we have to talk peace and demonstrate peace if we want to get this society to change. I'm begging our leaders to do that for next year. Have a good day, man.
Thank you so much, caller. Let me go back to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, I cannot understand how in these times when Grenadians are much better educated with opportunities to improve our skill sets and intellect definitely more available, could be acting dumber than our less fortunate foreparents. What could cause a young person to think it's more important to host a pool party during these dangerous COVID times than to possibly protect lives by obeying the laws? What else could be responsible for emboldening a crowd to attack the police for acting to protect the country from an uncontrollable outbreak of COVID-19 virus? Why would someone refuse to wear a mask at this time? South Africa has imposed a ban on the sale of alcohol for the upcoming New Year celebration. This is what I call a responsible and proactive decision. The aforementioned situations had to have been fueled by blatant rebellion and or drunkenness. I say ban the sale of alcohol and make unforgettable examples of wanton protocol breakers. Let me go back by WhatsApp before I go back by the landline. Somebody on WhatsApp says the question, it is not the public's call to decide what the police does in this case when it was true that the incident really occurred. Another WhatsApper says, I felt embarrassed when I saw the footage. Can't imagine modern day people behaving so uncivilized. Shame, shame. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How is your morning?
It's going good. How is yours?
My one is fine.
All right.
I'm just calling on behalf of Four Road, the place they call Four Roads. Nobody have known it before, but my grandmother, she always talk about Four Road as a child growing up. I born and bred in that place. Listen, why is it they're singling out Four Road? I do not see, listen very careful, I do not see that in the whole of the parish of Grenada, Four Road is the worst place. I walk there. Those guys call me mom. They all are young. When we are young, you knows, we always intend to make grosser mistakes. These guys, tourists pass there, people pass there, they do not rob them. Off and on, there will be an incident. You know what? We are living in latter days. We are living in days of perilous time. You will find the youths getting on, doing things. Some of them claim they're not getting jobs. There is drugs all around. But at the same time, Christmas Eve night too, the alcohol, they're always against other drugs such as cocaine, marijuana, LSD, other drugs. Alcohol is one of the worst because at times when you drink alcohol, you intend to misbehave a lot. I know because I have police friends. And at times, people commit act on the alcohol, and when they reach in the station in the morning, they ask how they get there. But they didn't interfere with the resident. Yes, they was wrong. It was bad behavior. But at the same time, it is not for... What's about Guave? I have roots from Guave. Guave, block off road, they had a hectic time. Guave, I love Guave also, but Guave is a place nobody mess with Guave and people from Guave, and nobody cannot go up there and mess. Anybody can run in forward and beat up the guys and run out and do anything. But Guave, Satel, Chantimel, Tivoli, bloodshedding. I am not condoling it, but I'm saying they is doing like a Florida. What about Saigon? They are doing like a Florida is a worse place. If anybody out there here, they will say they're afraid to pass there. The guys need tutoring, and we all need prayers. By the grace of God, people can change. People go to prison and do the worst crime, and when the grace of God reaches them, they change. When they get older, they will change. I just speak to a couple of them. They're not bad guys, but they just need the hands of God, and they just need counseling. And it's not a bad place. I leave my door open, nobody comes in and rob, and all these sorts of things. But life has to go on, and we have to talk to the youth. Instead of criticizing them and crying them down, we have to speak and try to counsel them.
Okay.
And it's not the worst tongue in Grenada. You have a blessed day.
You too, caller. Thank you very much. Let me see. There are some more Four Road comments on the WhatsApp. Somebody says, I don't know where Four Roads is, but maybe if it was singled out because of always breaking the law, and maybe was warned over and over. When I saw on news how the police was disrespected, it seems awful. This is a form of example for other offenders. And there was another Four Roads comment my eye fell on the WhatsApp. I am from Four Roads, and the delinquent behavior being exhibited there are not for individuals who grew up in the area. People seem to find refuge in that area. I pray that we will one day be able to remedy this situation. And that would be the end of Talk the Things Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for participating and sharing your thoughts on the situation. Thank you so much for participating. It's now time to join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. Have yourselves a safe, productive Tuesday. Continue to follow the protocols. Wear your masks, use your hand sanitizers, your gloves if you need them. Soap and water is always a good avenue to wash your hands and rid yourself of germs. Have yourselves a good one, a good Tabanka Tuesday. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good one.